A nasty person, truly. This poor Queen of Cups was so kind and gave, and then all she had to be left with and rewarded with was heartbreak and betrayal. Oh my God. When there was unconditional love here, and somebody's been in love with something since childhood, but somebody didn't want to see somebody reach like their dream. They didn't want to see somebody get what they deserve. They wanted to block it. Why? Why were they so angry at this kind Queen of Cups? Because of some kind of communication? Because something was moving forward quickly and somebody didn't want to get married, or somebody didn't want to be committal to something, or they took bad advice, or they didn't want to do something traditional, or they thought it was, or because of an immoral gold digger and a fantasy. Oh my God. A delusional gold digger. That's who they were romantically involved with. They wanted, and what this gold digger wanted, their queen, their precious, their love. I have to give her whatever she wants. So I'm going to leave the lover that I was just dealing with, who was so kind to sharing this with me. I'm going to hide the fact that I know how much it means to this lover that I'm leaving in the cold. And to appease this gold digger with no morals, this useless piece of trash, dead fish looking at see you next Tuesday, to appease her and make her smile, I'm going to fulfill this fantasy for her. Yeah, that's my princess. Yeah, even though somebody was pure and this is their dream, literally means everything to them. Yeah, I'm not compromising with this person. I'm not negotiating with this person. I'm going to delay that. But somebody saw this gold digger from a mile away. Somebody has a sharp intelligence and deep insight, and they knew this might be a problem. And they knew that these people were shifty, and they knew that they steal things. Oh my God. This is like, who could ever convince you to be loyal to this? You're telling me that that's how you use people? You call this loyalty? You're loyal to somebody that wants you to leave who you're with to steal from them? Are you out of your fucking mind? Somebody's like delusional. Yeah. Somebody noticed something about a breakup. Yeah, somebody's ashamed. They were resentful, or they resented somebody. Why? Yeah, now they're in regret because you love doing this, because you were following your heart, and they wanted to take that from you. They literally wanted to steal it. A gold digger that isn't in their life purpose. They wanted to pollute someone who put the work in. Instead, they gave the flowers to the person who didn't put the work in. So what did they do that made it worth it? Did they put out more? What did they do, babes? Did they stroke your ego? What is this, you piece of shit? Oh my God. I cannot. Somebody literally did this to get somebody to compete for their feelings. So they literally set up this other lover in a horrible situation to get them to beg and compete for somebody's feelings and emotions. And so they wanted somebody to compete for somebody's love after getting left out in the cold in a tough spot financially, while trying to make it hard for them and stealing from them to appease this other person who's a gold digger and a user, and wanted to see this other lover compete for them while they're dealing with all this other stress and being left out in the cold and abandoned. This was a fantasy? This is delusional. Are you kidding me? Y'all are nuts. Holy shit, dudes. Yeah, they're crying now. They're in regret. They left like a sweetheart in complete and total heartbreak and despair. And that's what they wanted. That's what would have made this other lover they went towards smile. This useless piece of trash. This selfish, useless, greedy, superficial, lazy piece of entitled trash. That's the lover they chose. and they use this Queen of Cups just to get them to compete, to feed their ego. So they wanted two lovers, like, competing for their heart. Competing. I cannot. At the expense of this person's life's work. Their entire life's work. As if that could ever be as important. Are you out of your fucking mind? This was a setup. And you fell for it because of your little ego? This is the smallest dick energy I've ever read in my life. Yeah. They wanted to win at all costs. They smeared some, oh my God, they made something so hard on somebody on purpose. Just because they wanted two lovers. I cannot. This is the most disgusting piece of trash. Yeah. An Empress in reverse. A fake Empress who steals and they don't lead an empire. They steal other people's empires. That's who you went toward. That's who you want to appease. This is your fucking see you next Tuesday mother that should never have been one. Your trash pile mother? Is that what this is? Or is this baby mama or what? What is this? Somebody was so sure that the person that they left out in the cold, that they put into a horrible position to appease some trash, dime a dozen. You can find them at the corner of every street. They're replaceable. And I'm sorry if that's your mother, but it's the truth. Because somebody was jealous and they wanted to see somebody suffer and struggle. They didn't want somebody to follow their heart. Wow. Unbelievable. This is somebody who encourages abandonment. Smacks without love. This is somebody that's codependent, fosters codependency, but also like just abuses their power. Yeah. Somebody wanted to condition somebody to feel like every time they trusted their better judgment, it would lead to heartbreak. So they wanted to rewire somebody through pain and despair and just like disappointment. They wanted to see that. They wanted to see somebody suffer. That exactly because they're toxic. They were obsessed with this plan. What a you are rotting. You're rotten. You smell from here. You're ugly and rotten. You're useless. And I don't know why you exist. I really just don't. And I don't know. I'm so sorry for this poor King of Cups. He probably gets hardly any love from you if you're his mother. And just to appease you, he was willing to do this to his own person. Because you felt some type of a way. Wow. If this isn't their mother, it's somebody from the past, a toxic matriarch figure, somebody non-nurturing, somebody that blocks creativity and manifestations and dreams and steals from people and then claims credit as if it's their own. Somebody did this because they're an opportunist. They wanted something to fail. They wanted to purposely pollute something. They didn't want somebody to have something. They didn't want to see somebody get what they deserve. They wanted, and it had to do with somebody's perspective, or it had to do with the fact that somebody would have to make a sacrifice. They saw things differently, so I'm going to punish you and take everything you've worked for since childhood now. And I'm going to also deprive my son of real love, because obviously you actually gave him love, unlike myself. I just care about money and success. Yeah. It's because of how much you shine. It's because of your starseed energy. It's because of your confidence and your good fortune and your inspiration. Ew. Yeah. somebody wanted to bring disruption and chaos to this. They didn't want somebody to listen to their intuition. There was an anonymous enemy here. They wanted to disrupt somebody's peace because they shine so bright. Ooh, I don't want to see you shine so bright. I cannot. Unbelievable. Somebody didn't move forward on a celebration or a prosperous, productive, blessing, harmonious partnership. They went on a different path, hiding what the reason for the separation was. The real reason was because they resented somebody for having boundaries or for fighting for themselves. They resented somebody's position, their courage, their strength, the fact that they are consistent and dedicated to something, and that they have control of their life, and that they're loyal and dedicated to something. They wanted to stop that. So somebody's mother was jealous of their son's girlfriend, is what I'm getting. Is this what we're dealing with? Or is this the Loserville like energy that we're reading on? Or yeah, because somebody here was happy and they were reaching their milestones, but an Emperor in reverse wanted to sneak off or steal something for his wifey, for his wifey, which is the King of Cups mother. God, I'm so sorry that you have these horrifying parents. Horrifying parents. Oh, honey, you want that? Okay, babes. Let's go destroy our son's soulmate's life and their entire dream. We don't want to see... Yeah, you're right. I don't want to see him shine either. Let's wipe that smile off their face. Let's cast illusions and block this from happening. Oh my God. Let's stop this activity. Let's cause problems at somebody's job. A dictator. Somebody that dictates happiness. Killjoy. A covert narcissist who doesn't lead, who's controlled by this karmic Empress in reverse. Yeah, this is their son, who's a player, who was playing around with somebody's light. A light worker who's been invested in something for a very long time. Wanted to cause disruption to somebody's intuition, work against them in the shadows, keep secrets, disrupt their peace, overstrain them, pressure them, overreact, cause them discord, inconsistency. Somebody didn't want somebody to have what was fair or just. That's the truth. It was literally just that. That was enough to justify in these psychos' heads. Destroying somebody's life. Literally. Just because they didn't want to see somebody shine. That's all. That's the reason. So, and it seemed like a King of Cups, this was because a feminine was resentful that somebody fought for themselves and they had their own path, and that they have courage. They didn't want somebody to have courage. That was going to be a problem for me in the future. I don't want my son being more under the influence of her than his mother. His useless, trash pile, selfish, greedy, rotting mother. So I'm gonna bribe him and make him feel like $100. Yeah, he's gonna come riding in and be my hero. I'm just gonna lure him in, okay? Because he's vulnerable right now. He's in his feelings. He's too stable. He's with a star. She's gonna outshine me. That's more important than my son's happiness or this person's life's work. So we're going to stop this. We're going to destroy it separate them and isolate them, all because we don't like the fact that there's other feminines in the vicinity that actually fight for themselves and their own unique expression and their confidence. We want to disrupt and destroy and obliterate their confidence. We don't like other feminines in the vicinity that love themselves, because that makes me feel some type of way. That's also going to be a problem if my son is loyal and dedicated, because when an opportunity comes up and I want him to drop everything to accommodate me, that's going to serve as an issue. So we're going to nip this in the bud right here in advance. Are you kidding me, bitch? Bitch. Are you serious? Are you serious? And the weakest part of this all, y'all, is that they do this covertly in the shadows. They don't have the gall. They would never do this. Look this person, tell them how you really feel in their eyes. You thought this person was weak because they're Queen of Cups, because they have feelings? Bitch, you couldn't even do that shit or say that shit to their face. You probably smiled right in their face, pretending to be charming and nice. Oh, you guys are so cute together. Yeah, you bitter hoe. You unstable. Yeah, they didn't want somebody to be balanced. They wanted to swap something around. It's heartbreaking how toxic somebody is. Somebody saw that somebody was riding off into peace and calm waters. They didn't like that. They wanted somebody to be sad. Because of somebody's true feelings and love towards something. And the beneficial changes that came with this. This dictator, dirtbag daddy here, this masculine's father, because his wifey, his piece of shit wife, doesn't like this, and because he doesn't like this, because he doesn't like to see women shine that actually have leadership and are confident, and they were getting a lot of attention, and they wanted to win, or they didn't want to see this person win. They got somebody to leave and pull their energy back. They wanted somebody to let go of putting the work into something and celebrating a blessing and being productive, leading to a King of Pentacles, which is very successful. They didn't want that. Why don't they want their son to be successful? You have one job as parents, and you're telling me that you actually want to deprive your son of the things that would give him a fulfilling life? Is that what you're telling me? Yeah, because somebody was happy and they were reaching their milestones. So what's the problem? Is that what you're telling me, ho? Useless piece of shit? Is that what we're doing here? Somebody missed. Somebody from the past, or somebody's family. Wait. Okay, so somebody had a 10 of Cups here, which is like eternal love, with unconditional love and this childhood, inner child connection. But they were envious, and they wanted to be greedy and selfish and stingy. That's what would have made them happy. And it was because things were too happy and there was too much things to celebrate and too much joy. These are killjoys, y'all. They're so fucking miserable. Look, they were so miserable seeing this. That they brought they stole from somebody, and they wanted to pollute something and cause problems at somebody's work and make something unbalanced. All because somebody here had control over their life, and they knew where they were going, and they had success, and they were courageous, and it broke their heart, so they wanted to block it. That's what would have made them happy. So they're killjoys. These are sociopaths and narcissists. So a mother got their son to leave somebody out in the cold. Somebody's own mother is their hidden enemy, is what I'm getting. Yeah. They're chaos. They're chaotic. They put too much pressure on somebody, and they'll criticize them and put them down until they get what they want. And then the son is forced to do whatever the mom wants. Or if this isn't their parents, then this is a toxic karmic couple that this masculine deals with. And they didn't like the fact that this King of Cups was happy and they were in their feelings, and that they were balanced, and that they were their true feelings here. They didn't want to see all this happiness and beneficial changes. They wanted to see somebody sad that somebody left, and offer up their courage and confidence, like sacrifice it, all because of the way that somebody looked, or somebody's attractive energy, or their dominance, the fact that they were okay. So somebody was